Hey everyone, I hope you guys are all having a good day. I wanted to give you guys a quick update about what's going on with Bitcoin here, technical analysis, and the two big pieces of news that are causing Bitcoin to come down right now because they are very, very important. So as far as the news goes, we have two big things here. The first one you guys know about mostly here, job growth totals 114,000 in July, much less than expected as unemployment rates rise to 4.3%. Okay. We already know this is bad news. Everybody feels that the Fed is behind the curve again. Remember, they said transitory. Then they had to hurry up and change and do an about face, and then they got on board. Now it feels like they're doing the same thing, and they're like, we may have not, we did not cut fast enough, and now they're gonna have to cut really fast to kind of catch up to where everybody needs them to be. That seems to be what's happening right now. That's the fear in the market. The second big thing here is there might be a World War III or a war in the Middle East. Everybody is waiting for Iran to see how they're going to respond to Israel attacking their president or prime minister. I can't recall which one it is, but it seems that everybody is kind of freaking out here, saying, "Hey, what if we go into a World War III? What if there is some type of large-scale war in the Middle East that is going to cause a lot of chaos?" And you're seeing, of course, Bitcoin, a lot of other assets fall down quite a bit because of that. So as we kind of go into the end of tonight here, I want you guys to keep track of everything going on because I believe the Israel-Iran news is actually more important than the job growth news, okay? This is more imminent. This has much more of a, I should be paying attention to this. When we have major news developments with Iran and Israel, that's been causing Bitcoin to move down lower, okay? Now, as far as Bitcoin is concerned on the technical analysis front here, and excuse me, guys, I still got that bad cold. I should not even be talking right now. But what you're seeing here is, of course, a very bearish rejection off of that resistance over here around $70,000. We had talked about this just because of the momentum on the weekly chart still not being there. It is still not bullish Bitcoin. We still do not have a bullish Bitcoin here. Everything still remains bearish. On the weekly chart, we have that support level way back down here on 52,000, maybe down here at 50,500. We'll have to wait and see how far we get back down. If we are able to hold, we are going to be looking at something of a higher low here, making our way eventually back up, right? We kind of hold off and then move that way. At this point in time, it could be something like this, waiting for the breakout. This is if you guys are optimistic and we don't have any more bad news. We are expecting bad news from Iran, which means we may eventually come back down here and continue the overall rectangle before making something of a larger move up here later on this year. But it seems like we're going to have this Middle East conundrum or, Middle East stuff calm down, plus have some rate cuts coming up here pretty soon. Otherwise, we may actually break down below $50,000 and we may start going back into something of a bear market here, which could be very disastrous for Bitcoin. So I want you guys to understand there are tons of opportunities here. But right now, if we don't get this moving, we're most likely going to have another death cross here. And those death crosses, historically speaking, 20 crossing down with 50, they're typically not great times for the market here. So I want you guys to understand this is a kind of a weird time for Bitcoin, okay? The daily chart still remains bearish here. Stochastic, RSI, MACD, all still very bearish here. We might come back down as far as $55,000, $54,000 before making a larger move here. But what I'm doing right now is I've just stopped loading up on cryptocurrency. So this means that I have a large bag basically right now. I'm holding on to it. And I'm just going to wait to see if this market can figure itself out. We're looking at a few death crosses here between the 50 and the 200, which we haven't had in a while. Excuse me. It's not the worst thing in the world here, but as you can see, we had one over here and it didn't really do anything. But I'm just kind of sitting back and waiting to see what happens. You're going to see me get a little bit more bullish on Bitcoin once we start to see the MACD, the RSI, and the stochastic all start to turn a little bit more bullish here. But it's okay to take a break, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm basically waiting to see how bad this Middle East conundrum is going to turn out. Personally, I don't think it's going to be that bad, but because the whole market thinks it's going to be some terrible event, I'm basically just waiting for this opportunity for Bitcoin to turn bullish again, where we have everything like the MACD, stochastic, and RSI being green. When that happens, you can see how fast Bitcoin can go up. Again, when that happens right here, you can see how fast Bitcoin goes up. So instead of buying the dip over and over and over right now, I'm just going to wait for those opportunities here, and I'm going to do a little bit of swing trading on that front. The weekly chart is still bearish here. So, as long as we're bearish, you're going to look at something of lower highs, like we had lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. I'm expecting lower highs. The moment we break out of those lower highs is probably the moment we have everything on the weekly chart being more bullish here. So hope you guys all have a good day. I will be giving you guys updates as I can, but my throat is like crushed right now, guys, so I shouldn't be talking all too much. Thanks. If you guys have any questions, I can type them out, the answers. Thanks.